Good evening, everybody. Touch the leg. So after 1 month, so we met again, and I'm very happy to see all of you. I think within 1 month, I think you have done all the homework. No? Anyway, so look at when we think about 1 month, it looks like it's quite long. If we really think precisely, 1 month is look like a short dream for us. So the beginning of the any practices of Dharma, beginning of the state of Dharma, it is so important to set up the proper and great motivation. And most of us, we believe, we follow Buddhism, as well we follow Mahayana Buddhism. Also, we follow the union practice of Sutrayan and Vajrayana. Actually, we are very simple and ordinary beings. We practice very, rare and very important teaching, which is the combination of union practice of Sutrayana and Tantrayana. So each time, when we practice, when we study Lamrim or any teaching, we need a proper and great motivation. If you don't have proper and great motivation, all the duration, the time of practicing a study will be not, virtues, or not will be positive activities, can be negative activities. So important to set up, generate proper and great motivation. Proper motivation is okay, because for example, you should think I'm practice Dharma in order to achieve my own happiness. I want to practice, I want to study Dharma to achieve, like a liberation for myself. It's a proper motivation, but not the great motivation. The great motivation means you really need to set up, generate motivation to achieve complete liberation, complete Buddhahood, to benefit all sentient beings without exception. That means when you practice, Mahayana teaching, when you generate the Mahayana path, you really need to accept depth of your heart, all sentient beings as your dear mother, your dear sister, your dear brother. If you think this way, whoever you meet, whoever you look at, you can feel it. Everybody is like your dear friend, your dear relative, your dear brother and sister. Then you have a always close feeling towards everybody. The more you have a close feeling, the more you have a great compassion, kindness toward them, then less you have a negative thoughts, less hatred, less anger. So important to generate, the proper motivation, mainly generate bodhicitta before you practice, before you study Dharma. In the past, we study, so before we practice, before we study, what kind of teaching we must follow? The teaching, of course, taught by Buddha Shakyamuni, we must follow without any, doubt. And there are so many commentary on it, written by Indian masters, Tibetan masters, Chinese master, Korean, Thai. There are so many commentary on the Buddha teaching written by, commented by, other masters. So when we study those commentaries texts, we really need to know who's composed the text. what is the content is. That means the greatness of the teaching. And also we studied, in ordinary or simple job, we need to learn from someone. For example, cooking like a pasta, cooking like a noodle is simple job, but still we need to learn from someone, right? Without learning from someone, if you try to cook and the taste won't be that good. It's a simple thing we have to learn from someone. The teaching, we must learn from gurus, teachers, master. So before, generally it's completely okay. You can have a discussion. You can discuss about Dharma with anybody, or male and female, or the person is really qualified or not. You can have a discussion. You can discuss about Dharma. You can learn, you can study with any person. But you should not accept the person is as your guru. Before you accept someone as your guru, then you need to know the qualities of the guru. Then I hope you remember the 10 qualities of the gurus. You can see many people, first they already accept someone as your guru. After a few months or few years, then slowly you have a problem with a master, problem with a guru, because you didn't do, the right kind of the good investigation. Still, even though you already accept someone as your guru, still you must do, investigation. You do, kind of test or research. Then 10 qualities. So before you accept someone as your guru, you must check the person has the 10 qualities or not. Then after that, so also, usually I said, we are always happy to pinpoint the faults of the teacher. Right? Always say, the teacher is no good, the master no good, the sifu not good. We never say, I'm not good student. We have to be very fair, right? You can pinpoint the teacher faults, you must pinpoint your own faults. If you do kind of both, analytical study, then you feel, I have this kind of problem, I have this kind of faults. That means then another, the qualities of the disabled, the qualities of the students. Now, for example, you got the right, the right perfect teaching, perfect text. Also, you met, the right guru, good teacher, good master. Also, you yourself found you are good, disabled or good student. The next, why I need to practice Dharma? That the text, Lamrim text is good. The Shifu is good. I have all this quality. Then why I need to accept? Why I need to study Dharma? Why I need to study Lamrim? Then you ask the question. Then to remember, so the quality, kind of, quality or character of the, that there's a few qualities. Then number one, you need to recognize you yourself as a, the patient, sick for a long time, not only 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, one life. You need to accept, you need to recognize, I have been sick for many, many years, many eons. I am sick, I have a sickness of ignorance, desire, attachment, anger. That's why I'm not happy. I'm not happy, they're not happy, everybody not happy because I have been sick for many, many years, sick of ignorance, attachment. That means you recognize I'm a, long patience. Then the Dharma, you need to know, you need to understand, you need to accept the Dharma is the right, perfect medicine which doesn't have any side effect. Right? Then, so how you must accept the Dharma as a medicine? Then Dharma has a two meaning. One is, the text, is we can name as a Dharma. Actual, the meaning of the Dharma. That's why each time in the morning we say, I take refuge into Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Everybody, I think, recognize, what does mean Buddha. When you say, I am taking refuge into Buddha, you must remember all the qualities of the Buddha, particularly qualities of the mental quality of the Buddha. Completely compassionate, not only just compassionate, the Buddha is completely overcome all the false, negative thoughts, all the obscuration. Not only that, Buddha fully, realize the truth. Then you really feel, this is the best person, I must take refuge. When you say, I take refuge, you should not just imagine the statue and thangka and photo. You must imagine, the living Buddha, Buddha Shakyamuni, Amida Buddha, Grintara, Manjushri, whoever. Just imagine the Buddha who are just alive. You should not think, the Buddha is a statue. Then Dharma. So there's two types of Dharma. One is the teaching, the textbook. The second is the actual meaning. So when you accept, when you really believe, the Dharma is so important to cure all the disease, all the sickness, then you must have a pure practice of the Dharma. That's why how you can, pure respect to Dharma. In order to have a pure respect to the Dharma, you need to know the Dharma is so important. Then you really, take care the Dharma text. If you don't understand the value of the Dharma, then you don't care, you don't respect the Dharma. For example, 1,000 note like a dollar. When you have a 1,000 like a dollar note, you always you're careful, right? You put in the pocket, you put in the paper, you always care. But it's a very valuable object. Same thing, the Dharma texts are so important, very important. So you must pay, you must take care, you must pay full respect. That's why, sometimes, so, because today somebody left, the religious object out of the center due to some reason. The number one, you should not collect so many, religious objects, many pictures, many thangas, many statues, many, like a little thing put tied on your body. You should not collect all of them. You must collect the, the perfect textbook teaching. Then you must need the statue or picture or thanga of the Buddha Shakyamuni. You must. The rest of the Buddha's picture, you should not collect, many things. Otherwise, slowly, your house is full of the religious object. Then you don't know how to take care. There's no enough place to put together, right? Then also you should not collect, the blessing, or the holy pills or holy things. It is holy, but slowly it's become like a trash for you. That's why you should not collect so many things. Once you collect, you must take care. You must take care. You must pay respect. Dharma. So the Dharma is like a medicine. You are like a patient. Then Buddha is look like a doctor. The practice of Dharma is look like taking the medicine for curing the disease and sickness. Then next, you have the right text, you met the right master, you have all good quality. Also you recognize the teaching is so important. I need to practice the Dharma, I need to practice the teaching. Then how you can practice? Then in order to practice the Dharma, you always need to rely on the textbook. Also you need the perfect instructor who can give you instruction about the Dharma. So until now, we studied about all of them. Then make sure you must know what is the purpose, what is the aim of study Dharma, practice Dharma. Many people think, I want to go to temple to pray to Buddha, pray to Buddha Shakyamuni, pray to other Buddha, to have a more wealth, to have a good job, to have a more monies, to have a long life. If you're thinking only this, then your motivation is totally wrong. It's very wrong. You must know, you must think, I need to practice Dharma in order to free from suffering, in order to achieve liberation, in order to become Buddha. That's why I want to go to temple to pay respect to the Buddha in order to achieve Buddhahood, in order to generate bodhicitta. I want to offer things to the, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. I want to give something to the beggar in order to benefit to them, in order to achieve Buddhahood. Then your activities, very simple activities. You are giving, just $1, $2, 20 cents to the beggar. You are offering just simple like light. But the result, the merit, you can have a, great merit. You have a, very important kind of result because the motivation is very good. So each time before you practice Dharma, you always check your motivation. What kind of motivation I have today before I practice Dharma, before I study Lamrim. Then, if you have a simple motivation, think about, I want to practice Dharma in order to, eliminate my sickness and my problem. That means you have a, you don't have the great motivation. You should think, I need to practice Dharma. I want to do this, religious and religion activities. I want to do the good thing to have a long life. If I have a long life, I can live for long. I can practice more. Then I can become Buddha to benefit sentient being, right? Also, when you get sick, you should think, I'm going to see doctor to get the medicine. Then I can have a healthy body. Then I can understand. I can have more time to practice Dharma. Then I can become a Buddha to benefit sentient beings. Then always check your motivation. Then, so before you, now just think about, you are in the, you are in like Buddha room, or you are just, in the simple, park. You just in your room. Now you need to practice Dharma. How you should do? That means, if you just, stay in the park is so, beautiful, look very clean. Nice view, nice water, nice beautiful flower around you. You no need to clean the park. The park is quite clean. So when you do practice in your room, so important, you must clean the room. When you clean the room, you feel very good about it. Right? You clean your room. So while you clean your room, you should think, I am cleaning the room. I am purifying my room in order to purify my negative emotion, in order to purify my anger and attachment, desire. You clean your room, at the same time you must clean your negative thoughts. So at the Buddha lifetime, there's Sangha, two brothers. One is the elder brother. He was very learned. He has a high education of Buddhism, Buddha Dharma, and his younger brother was actually also the family was very poor family. They didn't have enough food and clothes. The parent make a decision for him to become a Sangha. Then he can get food and clothes, free food and free clothes. Then younger brother become a monk. So he was so dumb, he cannot he could not learn anything. So when that brother taught him ka, second he teach ka. When he tried to remember ka, he forgot the ka. Again ka, he forgot the ka. Then Brother Ram became very hopeless about him. Then he said, you must leave monastery. You cannot be bhikshu because you cannot study Dharma. You don't understand Dharma. Then, the younger brother left monastery. He was very lucky. So on the way he met Buddha Shakyamuni. Buddha Shakyamuni was returning from the village after, I think, lunch. The Buddha asked him, why you are crying? Then he said, my brother, kicked me out from monastery. Why? Because I cannot learn anything. The Buddha was so compassionate. He said, don't worry, you don't have to learn anything. You don't need to study Dharma. You come with me. Then Buddha said, can you clean the room? He said, yes, I can clean. Then Buddha asked, every day you clean the yard, courtyard of the temple. He cleaned every day he cleaned. After clean, he put all the shoot in the proper way. Then Buddha always asked him to clean the temple. He thought, what does it mean? Then he didn't notice, clean temple doesn't mean just clean the dust of the temple. I must clean the dust of anger and attachment. Then he said, clean the dust. Clean the dust of attachment. Clean the dust. Clean the, anger, ignorance. That's simply, he learned how to practice Dharma based on cleaning the temple. That's why when you clean the temple, when you clean the altar, you should think, I'm cleaning the temple in order to cleaning my negative emotion, my negative karma. So first you need to clean the rooms, where you study, where you practice. And also, sometimes, when I didn't go, many family visit. I didn't visit, many families, but I visit few families' house. Just even the dining hall is very nice, big table, sofa and chair. And the corner, there's simple altar, right? There was some incense and some candlelights in the corner. And when you go, the master bed is so nice, big bed, lot of light, right? Look at how much we have believed in Dharma. It is no good. We say master bed, is so beautiful, set up lot of decoration, so clean, so nice. When you look at the corner, there's no enough light. And the table is, I think, very old table. You never buy the new furniture. Right? Then the offering, look at incense is totally, dust. Then every day you just, I think, burn incense. But in Vietnam, I didn't see in Singapore, in Vietnam, also they burn cigarette. So, if you could, everybody must have a, one separate room as a Buddha room, also your meditation room. Then you set up, nice altar. You don't have to set up so many things, just simple table, must have Buddha statue, and every day you offer something. Because when you enter the room, it's so, so peaceful, so nice. Clean the altar, set up the Buddha statue. You must have a Buddha, image of the Buddha Shakyamuni. Doesn't matter, it's a statue or picture or thangka. Then you set up the offering. You can offer anything, fruits, water, even though you can offer clothes. You can offer anything. There's no any, such as you cannot offer to Buddha. Most important, the motivation. So if you follow the tradition, first you offer one water, then second is water, third is flower, the fourth is the incense, fifth is the light, sixth is again water, the seven is the fruits, eight you can offer the the like a sound, the music thing. This is very, related to the Indian, ancient culture. Because India is usually, weather is very hot, sometimes much hotter than the Singapore. That's why whenever you visit family, first they offer you, give you water for drink. That means one first water is symbolic of drinking for the Buddha. Buddha doesn't have a thirsty, but we offer water as for drinking. The second, in the ancient time, in India, except the noble family or kings, otherwise the ordinary being, the normal people, they didn't wear shoes. Because weather is very hot, raining season is very muddy. Most people, walk with the barefoot. So when they enter home, they must wash the feet. That's why when you go to India, the Indian people don't wear shoes in house, always live outside. Live outside, wash the feet. The second water is mainly, washing water for feet. Then third, we put the flower. Then you can see in India when you visit, as a guest. The last time some of you went to pilgrimage, right? At the airport, they offer the garland flower. The second flower is mainly, kind of welcoming. Then third is incense. Then when you bring the important guest in your house must be, must have a fragrant smell. Then, the incense. Then the light, the house must have the enough bright. Then this is very tradition. If you are very busy, you just put in, food and flower, incense is okay. So another important, again, when you offer, when you set up the offering, again, motivation is very important. You set up, simple thing on the table, but you just imagine, you are offering, hundreds of thousands of bowl, offering bowl of water, hundreds of millions of flower, incense, light. You just imagine. That's what we call, the actual offering, the imagine offering. Even though when you go by bus and whatever, someday you can see, beautiful garden, beautiful flower, beautiful, like landscape. Also, just offer them to the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, in order to accumulate merit, in order to eliminate the negative karma. Offering is so important. That's why sometimes people have a lot of misunderstanding. People thought the practice of Dharma is mainly offering. No, it's just, part of our practice. It is not the main practice. Right? So that's why what said as English word say, I'm not live to eat, right? Live to eat, I'm not live to eat to live, right? So we have to eat and drink for what? For survive. I'm not survive for mainly eating and drinking, right? That's why we must do all the offering things. It's not important. Not most important one. It's part of our practice. The most important one, transforming your mind. So each time when you're making offering, check your motivation. Make sure sometimes there's another story, very important story. There was a Tibetan person. He was a robber. So during that night, he came to the village. He robbed everything. He became very scary robber. During the day, he stayed in the mountain. Night, he came to village, robbed everything. Then one day, somehow, the Tibetan met an old lady. The old lady thought, oh, this must be the Ben Koyal. His name is Ben Koyal. He thought, oh, it looks like must be the robber Ben Koyal. Then slowly the old lady asked, are you Ben Koyal? He said, yes, I am. The lady was so frightened, so he's becoming, unconscious. Then Ben Koyal thought, oh, how I am bad. Then he totally, stopped to doing all that, bad thing. He became very high practitioner. very good practitioner. Then he stay in the mountain, do a lot of practice and meditation. Then every day, people bring food and clothes. Within the, the supporter, I think one is kind of wealthy and rich family. And they came, sometime, not always. One day he noticed the family is coming. Then he set up, beautiful offering. Looks so beautiful, nice, lot of offering, a lot of flower, incense. Then he thought, why today I have a, beautiful offering? Then he thought it's mainly for them happy. Then he thought it's not the proper motivation, it's the wrong motivation to set up, the beautiful things. He just, collect the dust. He just, throw on the altar. He said, Bengoyal, you have a bad motivation. It is not, the positive action. He just throw the dust. When the wealthy family came, whole house is dusty. That's why, always check motivation. If you have a wrong motivation, doesn't matter how much, money you spend for it. You're just wasting your money, wasting your time, wasting your energy. If you have a proper and right motivation, the offering is very simple, but you accumulate great amount of merit. Another story, one of the top of the pass, somebody found the Buddha image or Buddha statue made of clay. Clay. So the weather was very bad, it's been raining, and somebody, protect the Buddha, just, put under the, stone. The Buddha just move under the stone, make sure he not going to destroy. Then second people came, he saw still, the statue getting water, raining water. He was so worried, he looked around, he didn't find anything to cover. He found old shoes. He just covered the shoes on the Buddha statue. Then there's a lot of, kind of news. Then next they met one master. They asked question to the master, is it right or wrong? The master said, both has a good motivation, both accumulate lot of merit. They didn't accumulate any negative karma. So that's why it's so important to set up, proper motivation and clean the room, put the Buddha statue or thanga, then make an offering, and then you just sit on in any position. You can sit on the chair. Most important, you must sit in very comfortably. Sit on the chair is okay. Sit on the cushion or whatever is comfortable for you. Most important, you sit comfortably. Right? Then next, so I'm not following page by page. I just giving the conclusion. After you, before you sit, so you do the prostration. That means you just imagine, you have the Buddha statue or thanga or picture. You set up, offering. Then you do the prostration. When you do the prostration, there's a different culture is perfectly okay. I'm not saying you must follow the Tibetan tradition. You must follow Chinese. You must follow. That doesn't matter. You must follow one of the, tradition. Doesn't matter which tradition. Doesn't make any difference. Then, as a Mahayana, practitioner, so we say, I take, I prostrate to Guru. Then Buddha. Then Dharma. Then Sangha, as a Mahayana practitioner. So when you say the four, Buddha, Guru, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, that means your hands, Buddha mentioned in the Sutara, 2 fingers put like this and together. The 2 fingers must be inside. The shape look like jewel, one of the rare jewel, right? Then somebody doing like this is wrong. You just do in the center, I prostrate to Guru, I prostrate to like a Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, center of the head, forehead, throat, across your heart. Then you just, put your 4 palms, knee, then palm, and the forehead on the ground. That means when you touch to the ground, if you could, you could put bit faster, but quickly, like this, the short one. If you want to do the long one, then again, like Guru, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, then you just look like, fully stretch your body. Then, you can do again one like this, or you can do like this. It's also, both is okay. Then, if you could, you get up quite, quickly. Then another important one, why, Mahayan tradition, first you say Guru. When you go Thailand, they always say, Buddham Shanam Gacchami, Dharmam Shanam Gacchami, Sangha Shanam Gacchami. Right? They never say Guru. But Mahayan tradition, Guru is very important. But it doesn't mean Guru is more holier than the Buddha. Guru is not superior than the Buddha. No. So Guru is most important for us this moment. Right? I explained in the past. When you get sick, you are very serious. You have a serious sickness. Generally, your brother, your sister, your parents are so important for you. At that moment, when you're sick, for you, the doctor is most important than anybody. Doctor. Because you are very serious sickness, patient, you need a medicine, that moment, doctor is so important. And this moment, we wish to meet, Buddha Shakyamuni. We always wish to meet all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. At the moment, we don't have enough, karma to meet Buddha Shakyamuni, Maitreya Buddha, Manjushri. We don't have enough karma to meet all the Buddha. So how we can practice Dharma? Then, most important at the moment, the Guru is very important between you and Buddha. Okay, that's why Guru is very important. It doesn't mean the Guru is separate than the Buddha. When you say, I take refuge into Guru, you should think the Guru is manifestation of Buddha. The Guru appears as a Buddha. Buddha appear to you as a Guru. Then, so just simply you just visualize your Guru, your root Gurus or lineage Gurus, right? So I hope you know the lineage Guru means. For example, His Holiness Dalai Lama is my root Guru. I have many other root Gurus. Then the His Holiness teacher like Ling Rinpoche, Tijang Rinpoche, his previous teacher are my lineage Guru, not my root Gurus. Okay? So when you visualize Gurus, first you visualize your root Guru, then behind that you can visualize all other Gurus. Or you just simply visualize your root Guru in the center. Other Gurus are, around the root Gurus. If you have 4, 5, 10 root Gurus, among the 10 Gurus, you visualize who are most close to you in the center. Rest of you can visualize, around, or you just imagine the Guru is manifestation of my all other root Gurus. Guru, right? Then Guru, then Buddhas. Under the Gurus, you need to visualize Buddha Shakyamuni. Instead, not the Amida Buddha, most important one, Buddha Shakyamuni. Then around the Buddha Shakyamunis, you visualize other Buddhas, Amida Buddha, Maitreya Buddha, whoever, other Buddhas. But I'm not talking about Idam right now because we are studying only the Sudrayana practices. Under the Guru, you saw Buddhas, or you just imagine all Buddhas, holds the text, the teaching is symbolic of Dharma. Then under the Buddhas, you need to visualize Sanghas. Like Sanghas, Sangha can be Bodhisattva, Sangha can be, the ordinary Sangha can be, Hirar and solitary Lhasa. You need to visualize Sanghas. And also, you must make sure, when we say Sangha, we are not talking of all the monks and nuns. Within the Triple Gem, Sangha must be, realize, emptiness directly. Or Sangha must be accomplish the third path, third one, which is seeing path, right? Accumulation, path of accumulation. Second one, path of preparation. Third one, path of seeing. The person, doesn't matter the person is, full audience or not. The person who accomplish the third path, you can call Sangha. Sangha not necessary to be monks and nuns, full audience. You can be Sangha if you accomplish the third path. That means Guru, Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. Not only that, then you need to, remember, visualize all sentient beings around you. Even though, the animals also just around you, form of human. Then you just imagine the Guru, Buddha, Dharma, you generate, the faith towards them. When you imagine the sentient being, when you visualize sentient beings, you generate what? Great compassion. Then look at, when you think about Buddha is a fully enlightened man, achieve all the good qualities. Then you wish to achieve, all these qualities as Buddha Shakyamuni. When you remember, when you look at all sentient beings around you, you can see that, everybody has a complaints. Everybody has a sufferings and problem. Then what do you feel? You feel compassion. You generate compassion. That means you are practicing two together. Focus on the merit field, the superior merit field. You are developing the faith and belief. Focus on sentient being. You are generating great compassion, bodhicitta, also renunciation. Right? Then, with the visualized merit field, then you just sit in the very comfortable way, and then you just recite the the verses, I take refuge into Guru, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Or you just only is okay recite, I generate, I take refuge into Guru, me a few times, then Buddha a few times, Dharma a few times, Sangha a few times. Then next you need to generate great compassion. Right? Great compassion. Why? Because great compassion is the most important foundation to generate bodhicitta. Right? Without generating great compassion, you cannot generate bodhicitta. That means you are trying to build, you are trying to have the foundation for generating bodhicitta. Right? Great compassion, love, then slowly, through the 7 cause and effect, you need to generate bodhicitta. Another important, many people, don't understand, there's 2 types of, 2 different ways of, taking refuge into Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. We call causal, right? Causal refuge. And resultant refuge. At this moment, when you imagine Buddha, you have to imagine 2 types. One is which is cause to generate practice them. For example, Buddha Shakyamuni. Those are we call the causal Buddha, which is cause you to generate practice Dharma. When you see Buddha Shakyamuni, when you imagine Buddha Shakyamuni, at the same time you must remember, I want to be like him. That means you are focusing your future Buddha, your own future Buddha. Your own future Buddha is not separate than you, right? Right now we are very ordinary being. After you practice Lamrim for many years, slowly in the future you will become what? Buddha. You will become Buddha. That what we call the resultant Buddha. Right? That means the causal Buddha and resultant Buddha. Buddha Shakyamuni, all the Buddha, which is remain at the moment, all of them we call the causal. Then your own achievement, your future achievement Buddha is the result. Dharma was the same. The Lamrim, the meaning of the Lamrim, all the Buddha teachings are the causal Dharma. Then, after you study Lamrim, after you study Dharma, what going to achieve you? You're going to achieve the path. The path of accumulation, preparation, whatever. All this path we call Dharma. That means one is cause you to practice Dharma. Second is really generating in your mind. This is also path of Dharma. Also Sangha. Right now we are very ordinary, simple being. After you, understand the Dharma, practice for, many years, slowly you able to generate the bodhicitta, preparation and seeing path. Then you have your own path. The path is within your mind. That means there's a Buddha which is caused to you to practice. There's another Buddha you can achieve in the future. There's a Dharma which is you can study, you can learn. Slowly you can generate yourself. There's a Dharma. Then Sangha, when you achieve the seeing path, then you become what? Sangha. Right? That means Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. That means Mahayana, Guru, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Among the triple gem, Buddha, Dharma, Sanghas. Right? That means the Guru include into Buddha. Among the Guru, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, which one is most important for you? Dharma? No Buddha? Guru? Now Guru include into Buddha. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Which are important? Tell me the truth. Be honest. Sangha. Why? Who says Sangha?
Because you need teachers to explain the text.
Okay.
You have the text.
Somebody say Sangha is most important because Sangha can explain me, guide me how to practice. Who going to say Buddha is important? Nobody. Who going to say Dharma is more important? Nobody. Okay. Second question, for you when you sick, doctor, nurse, medicine, which is more important?
All important.
If you need to choose three of them, within the three, which one you choose? Of course, medicine. Right? Of course, actually, this is the truth. When you see doctor, what doctor will give you? Doctor will give you the prescription. The prescriptions look like the teaching. When you have the prescription, what are you going to get? The medicine. When you eat the medicine, then actually the medicine cure the disease, rely on the doctor. Okay, among the three, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, Dharma is very important. Most important is Dharma. All Sanghas look like nurse. All Buddhas look like doctor. All the teachings and Dharma look like medicine. For example, you are very angry. You are not happy. Then you are not happy. Then finally you thought, I'm not happy. I need someone who can give me advice. Then that's why you're going to see, the Sifu or Guru or Rinpoche. Right? Then the Guru say, okay, I know you are not happy, you are very angry, you have this problem, you must practice Dharma. When you practice Dharma, you feel happy. Right? You just listening the advice, you cannot be happy. You must practice. Then you feel happy. That means among the three is, Dharma is most important, then the Buddha, then the Sangha. Without Buddha, we cannot have a Dharma. Without Sangha, you cannot, practice Dharma in the proper way. There's another story at the Buddha lifetime. It's still doubt. There's a story. So one day Buddha asked to the disabled. So, he has two objects. One is the teaching. One is the, statue made of gold. Made of gold. One is the, textbook. In the ancient time, they didn't have the paper. They written on where? On the skin of the particular trees. Skin, right? Tree part also skin, yeah. Then Buddha asked, now I have two objects. One is a statue made of gold. One is a simple text. Which one you want? Huh? Text. Are you sure? Okay. For example, I have a Lamrim text. Then I have a golden cup. I want to give one of them. Which one you want? Of course, a golden cup. Golden cup. As an ordinary being. Golden cup is cost a lot of money. Lamrim costs how many dollars? Not more than $50. This one costs, made of gold, maybe few 100,000. Ordinary people definitely chose the golden cup because it's a valuable object. Yeah, that's why Buddha asked to disciple. Okay, I have two objects. One is the statue made of gold. One is the just simple, petty textbook. Then one of the, I think, Ananda. Yeah, Ananda. Do you know Ananda? He was the sibling son of the Buddha. But there's a true story. Rahula, yeah. Ananda is the cousin. Because then Ananda, get up. First he, touched to the Buddha statue, the made of gold, and he just, leap up. He touched in the forehead. He just left on the table. The second, he, select the textbook. Then he said, it doesn't mean I didn't have a respect to the golden statue. I have respect. At the moment, the teaching is more important. Without teaching, there is no Buddha. Right? All Buddhas achieve Buddhahood, enlightenment because of the practice of the Dharma. Okay, so in the future, if somebody asks you to choose golden statue and text, you must choose text. Then you tell the story your parents. The Sifu asked me to choose one, the golden statue and textbook. I select the textbook. The parent could say what? What could say? You are stupid, right? You are stupid. You could choose the golden statue, right? Because they don't know the meaning of the Dharma. That's why, Guru, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Actual, the refuge is the Dharma. Then, do the prostration. Do you know the differences between prostration and doing prostration and, taking refuge? Do you know the differences? In Sanskrit, Namo Gurube, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sangaya. Namo means, I bow down. I prostrate to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. That time, mainly you are doing the prostration to reduce, ego, to reduce the pride. Okay? Then it is a prostration. Taking refuge is different meaning. Then, I take, or let's say, Buddha Sharanam. Sharanam means taking refuge. Sharanam. That's why in Hindi or Sanskrit we call Sharanat. Means, the refugee. There's a different meaning, taking, prostration, mainly doing prostrate in order to reduce ego, in order to reduce the pride. Taking refuge is mainly, for example, you are very sick. Suddenly, there's the doctor came to your house. Then what are you going to say? Please help me. Please save me. Right? You're going to say, doctor. That means taking refuge is mainly you generate strong belief towards to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. That means, so when you do, practice, at the beginning first you do the prostration. Namo, Namo Gurube, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sangaya. Then, second you just, I take refuge into Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. Then you just sit on the sit a very comfortable way. Then you need to do the 7 limb practices. 7 limbs practices. What are they? Number 1. What about your homework? Number 1, prostration. Second, offering. That means we finish prostration, offering. The order look is first come prostration, second offering. When you do first, you do the offering. Because when you do, all this said, you cannot do this stuff. Third one, confession. Fourth one, rejoicing. Then fifth one, Fifth is requesting turn wheel of Dharma. Then sixth, request to the gurus or master to be long, stay long life. The last one, the dedication. Okay, this means prostration, making offering, confession, rejoicing, requesting return with Dharma, requesting live long life to the masters. The last one, dedication. That means the prostration, doing prostration is mainly doing in order to reduce pride and ego. Then offering, practice of offering is an antidote of reduce, eliminate the stingy. Also, best antidote to reduce attachment. Okay. Then confession or regret about negative actions. Then you need to think about, since beginning last time until now, the most time I have been accumulating negative karma. I have been doing negative action. How we can say almost 70-80%. Just think about within one day, right? When we you woke up, most time we woke up with the with a neutral kind of mental attitude, or maybe when we woke up we have a lot of negative thoughts. Then almost all day our mind is totally influenced by negative thoughts. That means since beginning last time until now, I have been accumulating all the negative karma. Due to that, I have all this problem in this life. I had a lot of problem in the past. I will have all the problem in the future because of the karma, all the negative karmas. How I can reduce the negative karmas? First, you need to reduce the root, the motivation of the negative karmas. What are the root of the negative karmas? There are mainly 3 poisons. What are the 3 poisons? Ignorance, attachment, and hatred. Now I hope you remember. How many of you know? How many you have a knowledge about the wheel of life? Wheel of life. Wheel of samsara. Actually, in Tibetan we call Sibe Khorlo, wheel of samsara. Somebody say wheel of life. Better to say wheel of samsara. When you look at the picture of wheel of life, samsara, in the center, 3 animals. What are they? Snake, rooster. Usually, we say bird. In the case rooster. Then pig. The pig is symbolic of ignorance. The rooster or bird is symbolic of attachment. The snake, hatred or anger. Now we have the 3 animals in our heart. Right? That's why we don't understand Dharma. We have a lot of misunderstanding. We have a lot of confusion because we have a lot of ignorance. Then we have a lot of attachment. We have a lot of desire. That's why we are not happy. Then the pig is symbolic of ignorance. The bird is ignorance, symbolic of attachment. Then a snake is ignorant of, symbolic of hatred. Look at. Now that means you are, you are, it could me, I'm not saying you are, so let's say better say, we are look like pig. We are look like snake. We are look like rooster. Somebody say bad thing, we get angry and upset. Constantly, right? When you touch snake is no gentle animal, just rest of his head, how to attack you. So that's why we are look like a snake, because we have a lot of hatred, a lot of anger. How we can reduce? Practice of patience. How we can reduce attachment and desire? How? Practice the ugliness or essenceless. For example, everybody has some attachment and desire to, towards anything. When you have attachment towards someone, you always want the object. The object is a person, or the object can be, non-person. I want this object. I want this, phone. I want this person. I want this food. Your mind is always keep thinking about something. That's why we are not happy. How we can reduce? We think about the essenceless. Very interesting. For example, everybody has a very particular food to like, right? Somebody like hamburger, somebody like coffee, somebody like pasta, somebody like a noodle. When the noodle come on the bowl, it so look nice, very delicious. You just put our mouth, chew few times, take out on the plate. It look nice? No, very ugly. Then think about going to the stomach is totally digest and come out very smelly. Then there's no such as we can attach. We can have a desire over food. Then most very common, everybody has a less or more or less. Everybody has sense of attachment towards human. That's why in order to reduce all the attachment, you need to practice essenceless or ugliness. You need to imagine, you need to think, the reality. Then it can reduce. That's why you sit on the comfortable way, think about the negative karmas, then think about the cause and the root of the negative karma, 3 poison. Then most difficulty one, in order to reduce attachment, anger, ignore all the negative thoughts, we must eliminate the root of all the negative thoughts, which is ignorance. It's not easy to reduce ignorance. Today we don't understand anything, we learn, we put a few hours, we learn so many things, tomorrow we forgot. It's so difficult to reduce, eliminate the ignorance. The best antidote, the best redeem, right, is the wisdom. Wisdom have a many different levels. So that's why then confession. The next one, rejoice. So that's why Lama Tsongkhapa said, if you wish to accumulate, a great amount of merit, do rejoicing. So important to rejoice, do rejoicing. That means very important said by Chandrakirti, among the 17 Nalanda masters. Chandrakirti said, if you rejoice, the positive action which is very equal to you, even though you just sleep in the bed, you are accumulating a lot of positive karma, you are accumulating a lot of merit. If you are rejoicing somebody action who are more superior than you, also you are accumulating same amount of. At the Buddha lifetime, there was a king. He invited Buddha Shakyamuni, all the sanghas, offer great big lunch include Buddha. Then after, complete the lunch, the Buddha asked, today you accumulate lot of merit. Where you want to dedicate the merit? Then the king said, I want to dedicate this merit to increase my wealth. The Buddha said, you are so poor. The beggar next to the king palace, there was a beggar. Beggars, totally rejoiced, offering to the Buddha, Sangha. He had a lot of rejoicing to them. Then he accumulated more merit than the king. But the beggar didn't do anything. He did what? Rejoice. That's why, at this moment, how many great people in this world, you just imagine, make a rejoicing or activity, and you're accumulating a lot of merit. At the same time, also reducing your ego, your pride. Right? After rejoicing, what? After rejoicing, the next one? Requesting, requesting to have a long life to the master, gurus. Then last one, the dedications. Turn wheel of Dharma, then dedication. You go through the 7 limb practices. Then, very important one, after you have a short time to practice the 7 limb, then you need to do longer meditation. Meditation is very important. Until now, most of us not lacking of the teacher, not lacking of the teaching, not lacking of the time. We are lacking of the meditation. This was so important to do meditation. Okay, so that's why next is explain how to do meditation. The simple one, you need to do the breathing meditation for 27 times. In or 27 times. Okay, after your mind become quite calm, then you need to focus on the chosen object. Okay, chosen object is depend on you, what kind of object you need to choose. If you have always have a anger, focus all sentient being, generate compassion, continuously same object for few months. If you have a strong, kind of attachment, desire, you just focus the essenceless as an object. You must choose the essenceless object. Your mind always focus on the essenceless for continuously few months. You should not change the object. You should not change the object of meditation. If you have been changing, you cannot have a complete mindfulness. So is also then how to do meditation. So meditation is so important. So make sure, most time we spend a lot of time with the recitation, chanting, offering, which is very good. But in the future, we must spend more time for the study, reflection, meditation. Okay, you spend more time for meditation. Also, before you do meditation, you must know how to do. Many times people, when I ask do meditation, people just close eyes. Like close your eyes. You should not close. You look at all the Buddha, painting a statue, you cannot see the Buddha as a totally closed one, right? Slightly open. This means you're able to see something around you. When you close, you cannot see many objects. Then you have a less distraction. Then you thinking I have a better meditation. No, because you cannot see a lot of distraction. Then that's why your mind look like quite calm. That should not completely close, very slightly close. Then you just focus your breathing in and out very generally until your mind become very calm. Then, depend on you which object you want to choose. Or you continuously do, the breathing meditation until you have a, stable kind of mindfulness. Once you have, kind of stable mindfulness, then practice great compassion, bodhicitta. It is very important. Okay, so in the future, you must focus, spend more time for meditation rather than the chanting recitation. I'm not saying chanting is no good. You must do chanting, you must do recitation, you must do the making offering. But spend less time. Spend more time about meditation. Okay, so I think now we stop here. Then I don't think we have a Lamrim class until New Year. So some of you will come, the next Lamrim class on Saturday. Most of you not coming the Lamrim class. So I think everybody have been very busy for doing preparation for New Year's. And first, I really wish you Happy New Year, everybody. The most important, in the New Year morning, you just look around. You look the sky. Look at sky. Sky nothing new. Look at the moon and sun is same. You look your house is same. Look your friends and family, husband, wife, nothing new. Nothing new. Instead of new, it's becoming older and older, right? We say, Happy New Year, but there's nothing new. We cannot have any new object, right? Or maybe somebody bought, new table, new chairs, new pot. It's produced few months ago. Maybe once something produced few years ago. There's nothing new. Definitely you can have one thing new, which is your mental attitude. You always can have fresh thoughts. You can produce a very fresh instant thought. That's why in the new year, try to generate, new thoughts. Great compassion, love and kindness, tolerance. As a new year, if you have some kind of, dislike person, if you hate someone, since new year, you slowly need to forget, someone as your enemy. Then again, depend on you, everybody has a very excited about New Year. The New Year can be good New Year or bad New Year, it depends on you. If you always have a positive mental attitude, you always be positive person, then you can have a lot of positive things. If you always be negative person, you have a lot of negative mental attitude, then New Year can be, bad New Year's. So everybody at the New Year, everybody try to do, proper meditation, proper chanting, and think about, since today until next year, I will practice Dharma, I will study Lamrim, I will do only good thing. I'm going to stop, bad actions. Then you start the New Year. Okay, and thank you, and wish you have a Happy New Year. So next we can do the dedication prayers.